What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I'm EP2, and today we are back with the Astroneer series. If you have not been watching this series, go to the comments below and you will see the playlist will be linked down there so you can see how we got here. But let's go ahead and get right into this video. So off camera, as you can see, I've been collecting a little bit of these research items, so we have been getting a lot of bites. This one is about to end, but the first thing I want to do in this video is, as you can see, our power situation is completely horrible right now. So what I want to go ahead and do is fill this entire platform right here with small batteries so I can have a backup, and right here I want to have 4 small wind turbines and then 4 solar panels, and that should tide us over for quite a while. So if we look in the crafter in our bag, you can see what we need for the small batteries, which is the main thing I want to get so far, is the zinc. And to get zinc, we need sphalerite, which is down in the caves. So what I'm gonna do is grab some more tethers, and then I'm gonna go ahead and head on down there. But before I do that, let me go ahead and start smelting this clay, because this is how I make the small wind turbines. So once I come back up, this should be done smelting and I can get the 2 other turbines that I need. Let's go ahead, head down into the caves and look for some sphalerite. Not seeing any sphalerite. Oh, right as I said that, there's some down there. Let's go ahead and collect some of this sphalerite. Well, I only have 3 sphalerite right now, which is not good. And I left my my canister up at the house, so I can't build across right now. So I'm gonna run back up there, start smelting this sphalerite that I already have, and then I'll come back down and get a lot more. So we can go ahead and throw this into the smelter. Looks like the ceramic is already done, so let me go ahead and craft it into the small wind turbines. There we go, got these turbines placed down. And I'm gonna go ahead and start crafting the batteries. There we go, I got 4 more batteries up. Now I just need to get 4 more sphalerite. But before I head down there, let me make sure I grab my resource canister off of here. Now I can go ahead and throw this research item back into the research chamber so I can get even more bites. As you can see, I got a lot more sphalerite in my inventory, so let's run back up to the base. Now let's go ahead and throw all of this into the smelters. Looks like I got the 4 more zinc that I need to make the batteries. So let me move these small generators out the way. I'm actually gonna hook this one back up so I can charge these new batteries. And there we go. We have the entire battery array set up. Now we just need a better way to charge them. So let me go ahead and turn this generator on so I can start getting this stuff charged up. So looks like I need a little bit more organic compound. So let me just run over here and get rid of some of the grass. There we go. And now I can turn this other generator on and get some more energy. So what I want to do is go ahead and get a bunch of things to make my vacuum better. So let me show you a few things that I want to get. One of the main things I want to get is this drill mod right here. It makes you mine so much quicker. And another thing I want to get is this wide mod. And looks like we have just enough zinc to make a wide mod for ourselves. So let me make one of those. And so now let me show you the difference between how big it was and how big it is now. So if I toggle this off, you can see pretty small. See, that's how big the hole is. But if I turn this wide mod back on, you can see that the hole is so much bigger and way more efficient. So let me go ahead and cover up these holes that I made over here so no one has to look at those. And let's go ahead and get some more copper for these solar panels. As you can see, for this drill mod that I want to make, I'm going to need some ceramic. And to make ceramic, we have to smelt clay. So if I put this small canister into the soil centrifuge, you can see I can just come in here and extract it from the ground. So what I'm gonna do is get that, and then I'll be able to make the wide mod that I need. And there you go. As you can see, we got the clay we need. So let's go ahead and smelt it into ceramic. Here is the first one, so I'm gonna use that to make my drill mod. And basically what that does, this one makes my thing wider, as I showed you earlier, and this one makes me break the ground so much quicker. And with that, it looks like I completed another little thing right here. Let's go ahead and claim this, and it's gonna do something pretty weird. As you can see, that was not a normal thing. I don't really know where I should put it. I know it makes quite a bit of a mess. It's gonna throw scrap all over the place because this thing is abandoned. But let me go ahead and spawn it in and show you what this is. This thing actually is kind of weird. It is actually a snail laboratory, and on every planet there is 7 of them in the little solar system in this game. There's a snail that we have to collect in order to beat the game. So this is what this does right here, and as you can see, it has put scrap all over my base, which is kind of annoying, but I'll be able to use it for stuff later on. So that extra ceramic we got, we're gonna go ahead and turn it into some small wind turbines just so we can make a little bit extra power. And what I want to do now is head up into the mountains over there behind us, as you can see, and we are gonna go get some more copper. So let's go ahead and throw these down. Now I need to make some more tethers, so I'm gonna grab some compound from over here, make some tethers, and head up into the mountains. I know there is more copper down in here, but it's not very good because it's only a small amount, so I'm gonna head up here and look for some more. And I can already see up here in front of us we have some more copper. We got as much copper as we could out of this little deposit, and I'm pretty sure there's some more deposits over here, so let's go look for them. All right, we're at another deposit of copper, so let's go ahead and grab it. And just like that, we got quite a bit of copper in our backpack, and I can go ahead and bring all of these research items back to the base. I'm having to juggle them on the mountain. It's not very easy. Now I have 3 of them to carry, dude. Alright, finally back to the base. But I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a building off over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop off this copper to smelt. So let's go ahead and start running over here. And now that we're over here, I'm starting to realize this place is not going to be as good as I was hoping, because it is spawned completely in the side of a mountain, which means half of the stuff is probably under the ground. But if we go check up here, I knew there was going to be a lot of stuff. So right here is actually a medium solar panel that we can take back to the base and get set up. I'm back at the base now, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and just put this thing on the ground and get this medium solar panel set up. Go ahead and line this up, lock it in place, and get this panel up and running. It is nighttime right now, so we can't see it open. But yeah, let's go ahead and throw this other battery that I found down here. It's not gonna match, but it'll just give us some more battery. All of our copper is done. I really do not like the setup we have right now. It looks very random and not organized, but I guess it will have to tide us over for now. So I'm gonna turn almost all of this copper into solar panels. Let me go ahead and throw these down, and just like that, we have so much more way to make power. So that should tide us over for a very long time. But now, with the bytes that we've been generating over here for quite a while, I want to go ahead and get a tractor. So if we go right here, you can see it's very easy to get, only 2 aluminum. And let me go ahead and get this trailer as well, so we can store a lot more stuff on it. And we can go ahead and get this set up already. So if we go into this little small printer, I can go ahead and start printing this tractor. And let me unbox this so you guys can see what it looks like. And just like that, we have a very tiny tractor, but it can't move right now because it doesn't have any charge on it. So what I'm going to do is take one of these small generators and the extra battery that we found just a few minutes ago, and just hook them to the front of this thing, just like this. And you can see that this thing is completely charged now, and we can take it around for a spin. This thing is very slow and not very good, but for right now, this is really good, because if we get off this thing, you will notice that it's also giving me oxygen. So that means I can go off really far away and not need to bring tethers with me. So let me go ahead and make some trailers for this thing, and then we can go around looking for stuff. All right, so now we can go ahead and print the trailers just like this. So basically how this works, if I go ahead and open up this trailer, you can see that all I have to do is connect it up like this, and now it's completely connected, and I can add 2 more of these trailers on, and that's what I'm going to do right now. There we go. As you can see, we have all the trailers hooked up, and we basically have a train now that we can take around the map. And there's one more little upgrade I'm going to add to these before we head out. What I want to do is add a bunch of these medium storages on top of it, so we can store so much more stuff. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have all of them built. I just have to unpack them, and then to make it look better, I can expand them, and as you can see, we have so much place to store stuff. So what I want to start doing now is getting a bunch of stuff so we can go to space, because other planets have so much more stuff to get, and I really need that to advance in the game. So if I come down into here, you can see this is a small shuttle. This is the worst way to get to space, but it's the only thing I have like available to me right now, because all this stuff needs alloy and I need iron for that, and there's no iron on this place. Not only do we need that rocket, but we also need the engine to power the rocket. So if I come down here, you can see that I need 500 bytes. So what I'm going to do, grab another little thing on my tractor, bring it back to the base and set it up on a research chamber so we can get some more bytes. I'm actually just going to take all of these storage things off because I want to bring 3 of them back just so I can have it researching for a long time. Here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. All right, so got all of these back to the base. I can go ahead and set these up on the research chamber. And let me throw all of these medium storages back on the tractor, and we're going to need to go collect some ammonium. And the reason we need ammonium is that it is one of the materials that we need to make the rocket engine. It is actually what powers it. So let me see if I can find some. Ammonium usually spawns in the forest on this planet called Silva. So let me look in the forest, and yep, right there you can already see some ammonium. So let me go ahead and collect a lot of it. Well, out of that deposit, I only got 1. So I'm gonna need to find a bigger one. Found some more, and as you can see, this is a much bigger deposit. So let me collect all that I can. Alright, so I have 1 trailer full of ammonium. This is definitely not going to be enough because we are going to need to come back and forth from our base and the planet to get an easy base setup. But this is going to be enough for right now. So I'm just going to go ahead, head back to base, and start building the rocket. Alright, and we are back at the base now. So let's go ahead and check this research chamber. And yeah, looks like if I go into here, I have enough to get the solid fuel thruster. So let me go ahead and make that. And let's go ahead and get to crafting. Sadly, I do not have any more aluminum. So let me drop this off at the base, and I'm going to try to fill both of these up with aluminum. So let me drive this down into the caves and see if I can find some. If I'm remembering correctly, we should be able to follow these tethers and then get to an aluminum deposit. Yep, there it is right up in front of us. So let's go ahead and get as much as we can. Only been mining for maybe like 3 minutes, and I've already filled up both of the trailers. So this is gonna take forever to smelt, so I'm not gonna grab any more. Just need to clear a path for me to turn around down here, and then I can head back up to the base. All right, there we go, and let's go ahead and get all of this aluminum smelted. All right, so while that aluminum is smelting over there, this is not necessary whatsoever, but I want to get a landing pad because they look so much better. All right, so I'm smelting the ceramic for the landing pad over here, but I already have the stuff I need to print the entire rocket. So what I'm gonna do is run over here, turn these 2 generators on, and then get to printing this rocket. So let's watch this rocket come to life. All right, and there we go. Our rocket has been printed. So for right now, I'm just gonna set it over here on this little tiny launch pad, and let's see what this thing looks like. So it's nothing special right now, just a tiny little rocket that will do the job. So now let's go ahead and print the engine for this thing. So if we come into the small printer, the solid fuel thruster is what we need. So there we go. We got the thruster. Let's throw this onto the rocket and get this thing opened up. And there we go. With that, we have completed a challenge. Let's see what it gives us. Well, it looks like we completed 3 of them. This one gives us power cells. This one gives us bytes. And this one gives us bytes and a trailer. Sadly, I do not need another trailer, so it's just going to be over there for now. And same thing with these power cells. They aren't very good because they run out very quickly. But now let's go ahead and get the oxygenator set up for this thing. So if we come into this small printer, we need 1 piece of aluminum and 1 piece of ceramic. So let me grab another piece of clay over here, throw this in here to get smelted. Then let me grab the materials that I need for the landing pad and go ahead and get this printing just like that. I want to remind you, this thing is not necessary, but I think it looks good, so that's why I'm going to make it. And there we go. This is done already. Let me grab another piece of aluminum and let me print this oxygenator. All right, here's the oxygenator. So let me throw this in there, and there we go. Our rocket is completely ready for flight. And now that completed another challenge, which will give us a QRTG and a field shelter. So those are the 2 most important things to set up a base on another area. So this little QRTG is basically the best power source. Not this, but the RTG in general is the best power source in the game. This thing does not need any fuel, doesn't need any wind, any light. It always produces 1 U of energy. energy. So if I go ahead and throw this on my bag, that means I will always have energy on me. And I also have an extra solid fuel thruster for later, which is great because I'm definitely going to need that. And this field shelter is the most important thing for setting up a colony on another area, because this field shelter works similarly to this big shelter right here, but it's in a small box and can be taken anywhere. And looks like our landing pad is set up now. So let me go ahead and find a place to put it down, and then we can move our rocket to it. I'm just going to go off over here, find a little spot. This looks pretty good. Unpack this. There we go. Our landing pad is now set up, so I can move our rocket over. All right, now that I have this rocket set up, let me show you to the planet that we are going to first. So this is the first planet we are going to because it has wolframite. And if we go into our resources and go into the refined resource tab, you can see that tungsten is refined from wolframite. And the reason we need wolframite is to make this chemistry lab right here. This is how you make all of the in-game materials, and that also will allow us to make this atmospheric condenser, which will just make us go way further in the game than we already are. So let me go ahead and use our bytes to unlock this chemistry lab, and let's go ahead and start preparing the stuff we need to go to our first planet. So if we go back and look at the planets tab, you'll see the sun rating is very high on this planet, which means it'll be very easy to generate power using solar power. So we're gonna go ahead and craft around 3 of these small solar panels that we can bring up there with us, as well as bring 1 battery so we can get our base up and going. Looks like I only have 1 copper, which means I can only make 1 small solar panel, which is fine. I can just grab 2 more from over here at our base and then take it up there. So let me grab these 2 solar panels and have them lined up like this, and then let me go ahead and craft a battery if I have the zinc for it. I made another battery, but it has 0 charge on it, so I'm going to take a fully charged battery and throw this one back in the base so this thing can get charged up. So now we have most of the stuff that we need to go set up a base. And one more thing that I also want to make is a small printer, so I don't have to make one up on the planet. There we go. I got the small printer, so this is what our bag is going to be looking like when we head up to the planet. So I guess there's no more talking to do. Let's go ahead and go to space. So we're gonna get into this small shuttle, click launch to another planet, and now you can see we are in orbit. So this is the planet we're gonna want to go to right now. So let's go ahead and click on it, and you'll see we'll fly over to it. And here we are. Welcome to Calidor. This planet is very ugly. Let's look for a good place to land. So I'm gonna land right here, so I'm close to one of the poles on the planet. So let's hope our landing spot is pretty flat and has some good resources around it. And looks like I got really lucky with my landing, because you can see there's a bunch of resin, a bunch of compound, which is the 2 main things you need to get a base going. So let's go ahead and get out, and welcome to Calidor, everybody. All right, so let's go ahead and get this base set up. First thing I want to throw down so I don't start suffocating soon is this field shelter. And there you go. As you can see, if I rotate this around, we have our first little shelter on a different planet. So now let me rotate this little printer around so it's facing forward. And now let me hook this up to power, and we can go ahead and start printing everything we need on this planet. But first, so I have a little bit more power, it's obviously not going to help me right now because it's nighttime, but later on I will be able to get much more stuff. So let me hook the battery up, and for right now I'm not going to put these on a platform. I'm just going to run all these wires just randomly through it. So it's not an elegant power system, but it's better than not having one at all. So first thing I'm going to need, just the same thing as on the other planet. Let me go ahead and start printing this medium printer, and let me go grab some resin so I can make a platform for it. Looks like our medium printer is done, so let me print the platform that that's going to sit on. It's not going to be on this one forever, obviously, but this is just enough for right now. Now what I want to print is this large platform B, just so I can put every single printer I have on one single platform. There we go. You can see I have the medium printer on one side, the small printer on the other. Now I'm going to print the large one to put in the center. We have our entire printing area set up now. So that's all I'm going to do, because I really don't need a base that big on this planet, because I'm never really going to come back unless I need more tungsten. So I'm going to make a buttload of tethers and go run off towards these mountains and try to find tungsten, because that's the main reason I came here. I got all the tethers I'm going to need for a while. So let's go ahead and run and try to find some tungsten. And if we look right up there, that's what we need. That was the worst vein of tungsten I've ever found. So let's go look for some more. Let's grab this tungsten now. Alright, so I've been mining for quite a while and I've only gotten 4 tungsten, but that should be enough to bring it back to the base and get exactly what I need. Alright, so it's time to leave this nice little base behind. Who am I kidding? It's not nice, it's just tiny and horrible. But let's go ahead and fly back to Silva and get this tungsten back to the base. And alright, our first expedition to another planet was successful and we got exactly what we needed. So let me go ahead and get this smelted and then we can make that chemistry lab. All of our tungsten is done smelting. So first let me print the large platform B that is going to be sitting on. Now that we got this platform completely made, let's go ahead and get it set up. And now I need to get everything for this chemistry lab, which I think we already have. Just kidding, we don't. So we're going to have to grab some clay. Alright, so I got the 1 clay that we needed. Now I have to go get the 1 bit of quartz that we need so we can smelt it into glass. Let me go ahead and start smelting the quartz and ceramic into what it needs to be, and we can go ahead and get this thing made. There we go. So now let me grab the tungsten out of this hole over here and we can print the chemistry lab. So let me put this on here and now we got a chemistry lab. And you can see if we go into this lab, it can make rubber, plastic, and a bunch of different alloys, diamonds, hydrazine, all this in-game material. So now what I want to set up is this atmospheric condenser, but as you can see, we do not have enough bytes for it right now. So I'm gonna have to go out on another mission. My dog is freaking out, sorry if you guys can hear that, but I'm gonna need to head out and grab some more research items and then we can get that atmospheric condenser. All right, so let's go ahead and start researching all of these items. And so if we go into here, you'll see one thing I need is iron, and I cannot get iron on this planet. So I'm gonna have to fly up to Glacio. So let me grab this solid fuel thruster right here, and let me grab some tethers out of this hole because I know I left a few. And now I'm gonna fly up to Glacio and just grab some iron. I'm not gonna set up a base or anything yet, so let me just grab some iron and then I'll fly back down. Let me just land down right here and hope that there's iron near me. And there is absolutely buttloads of iron. So let me go over here and grab all this. There we go. So 1 quick little trip and now we can fly all the way back to Silva. Alright, let's throw this on here. And now we have quite a bit of iron. Alright, so I went to go to the bathroom. And when I came back and I opened this, looks like we have enough bytes to officially get this atmospheric condenser. So let me unlock it and let's start getting the stuff for this. So we already have the glass and iron that we need. Now we just have to use this chemistry lab to make the plastic. So we need carbon and compound. How we get carbon is we throw this in here and then smelt the organic compound. So now all I need is a piece of normal compound, and now all I have to do is put it in here and then this will start producing a little bit of plastic. And there we go, got our piece of plastic. So now we can start printing the atmospheric condenser. Let me go ahead and get the platform set up for it. There we go. All right, and now we have the atmospheric condenser done. So if I open this up, I can show you what it does. So basically what this does, it takes gas from the atmosphere and puts it into bottles for us. So on this planet we only have hydrogen and nitrogen, but on other planets we'll be able to get sulfur, helium, and argon. All right, well that looks like a great place to end this video. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure if you enjoyed, you leave a like and subscribe because it helps me out so much. The playlist will be linked in the description if you want to keep watching the series, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.